why when I said I was transitioning, so many people are like, oh my goodness, you're transgender? No, boo. I was born with 2 T's and a V. I'm talking about going from relaxed to natural hair. I don't forget that I can have this, baby. Nobody else you. Nobody else makes you. Nobody else had a clue what I could do, what I could do. Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an updated natural hair journey to Waislength video. I think the last one that I did was almost 2 years ago, so I think it's about time just to give y'all all the deets on what's been going on with my hair in the last 2 years. So we're going to be doing this while I take down my passion twist, and that means that we're going to get a length check at the end of the video, which I'm really excited for. And we're about to wash our hair and do our first silk press in a year, which I am really excited for. It's actually only my first one that I do on myself. I've never silk pressed my hair, so that's gonna be pretty interesting. But today I'm just gonna be talking with you guys about how I was able to grow my hair to waist length. So before we get started, make sure you give me a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, put that notification bell on so you don't miss any of the Vlogmas videos. I did make a playlist so you'll be able to watch everything in one spot if you wish. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok. Per usual, reminder that all of my hair products will be restocked on December 9th, which is this Friday. Alright guys, let's get started. So a lot of y'all in my last video were like, your twist looks so good. Do y'all see this? Look at how it's like come out unraveled. You can see like how frizzy everything is. I had these in for about 4 to 6 weeks, I'm not really sure, and I do like the style because it is one of the ones that looks better the older it is because it just looks more natural. But it's time to go. The scalp needs to be cleansed and my hair needs to just get refreshed. I think the best way to do this is just tie my hair into a ponytail, that way I'm not missing any twists. So I'm just gonna use my scrunchie and tie my hair up. And I'm just gonna pull the twist out one at a time. So we'll start with this little corner piece, this super short piece of my hair that I cut accidentally when I was taking out my faux locks, which y'all will see in a second. We're actually gonna see how long it's grown. It's been about 3 or 4 months, so. A lot of people are saying they love passion twists, but they're such a pain to take out. Honestly, what I like to do is just cut below my hair and then unravel it. And your girl finally invested in some hair scissors. I was tired of y'all coming at me on social media every time I did a trim video because I didn't have hair scissors, so. Kind of ironic how I need scissors to open this, but I don't know how they expected me to get this thing off. But all right, so this time I'm gonna do this with my natural hair journey. So like I said, I do have a video that's about 2 years old at this point that goes over the first 4 years of my journey. So I think I'm just gonna quickly run through it just to give you guys the background. But if you want more details and like a lot of pictures, I would definitely go watch that video. I'll link it above here and also in the description. And then I think I'm just gonna really focus on what's been happening with my hair the past 2 years, especially being on social media. It's like a whole different game. My routine has changed. Some things have worked, some things haven't, and then we're just gonna go like that. Also, I did the rubber band method and I have a video on that if you guys want to see, but I'm just gonna take the scissors and I'm just gonna cut the rubber band that's at the root. Then I'm going to separate my hair from the passion twist hair and it just slides right out. Oh, this isn't the side that I accidentally cut. See? So this is how long this is right here. Okay, so starting from the very beginning, so of course, like most black girls, I started off being natural. Y'all have seen my hair texture. You know that I have very thick hair. I think when I was younger, my hair was about like broad strap length, so I had pretty long, thick, healthy hair. My mom took care of it just like, you know, most black moms do. So I ended up getting my first relaxer when I was 9 years old. And this is just because I think it just became difficult to do my hair. Every time I would do it, I would always be screaming. It would hurt so bad. Like I said, my hair is just very, very thick. And so that was the reason why I got a relaxer. So it wasn't like my mom just didn't want to take care of my hair or anything like that. It just was simply just easier to do. Because I do have a little sister who has looser hair than me. And she never got a relaxer. So it was just simply just to make things easier for everybody involved. Do y'all see this? I still can't believe I cut out a whole braid when taking out my faux locks a couple months ago. It's like, it's so sad. It's growing though. It's growing, but it's still so annoying. By the way, sorry for the background noise. I usually turn my air conditioner off whenever I film, but for some reason my air conditioner is not working. Like it's on 50 degrees, it's set to cold, and my apartment's still at 77 degrees like all day. So I think it's just my air filter, so I'm gonna have to change that tomorrow. So sorry if you hear like stuff in the background. Also, I'm running my fan because it's like hot in here. Okay, we had to switch to a high ponytail because the hair was getting in the way. So after I got my relaxer, you know, I was feeling myself. Like I said, my hair was about bra strap length, and yeah, this was when I was 9. So basically, all the way from like 9 to 15, my hair slowly but surely got shorter. Like the first time anything happened with my hair was in the 6th grade, so when I was 11, because I wore a bunch of headbands all the time, so I started getting breakage in like the front of my crown, and so I had to get like a side bang situation cut. And then for some reason, like, we want to start doing our hair in middle school. I don't get that. So in the 8th grade, I started doing my own hair, and that's when I really started noticing my hair falling off, because I would just, you know, slap shampoo on my head, then slap the conditioner on, rinse it all out, and then I would blow dry my hair on super high heat with nothing in it, no heat protected, no nothing, and then my mom would just straighten it for me. That's when I really started noticing my hair was like coming out and just getting shorter. And then the shortest my hair ever was when I was 15. My hair was literally chin length, and I had layers, so that was the longest part of my hair. The front part of my hair went to my eyebrow. It was really bad. So yeah, I definitely did a number on my hair. I think as I go, I'm gonna lightly detangle my hair. That way I feel like that will make it easier when I wash my hair. It won't be super tangled. So I'm just gonna slowly and lightly comb through my hair. I know I have a lot of shed hair just tangled up in here, which is why I want to take my time with it. Like, I can feel knots and stuff. But I feel like if I get in the shower and my hair gets wet, it's just all that's going to seize up, which isn't a good thing. So I'm going to take a second and just lightly comb it out. I'm going to try to get from my roots all the way to the ends, though. Alright, so it's not super detangled, but it's just enough to break up those, like, sections of product and stuff like that that's in the hair. So, and then I'm just going to twist the hair just to keep it out of my way. That way it won't get caught up in any of the other twists I'm trying to take out. So everything started to change for me in regards to my hair when I turned 16. At this time, me and my sister were going to a hairstylist that was taking really good care of our hair. We would go every 2 weeks, and I would typically, you know, get my hair straightened. And at this point, I was kind of done with relaxers, not because I knew about going natural, but just because I just didn't like how my scalp felt. I just knew that they were contributing to my hair being so short, and I just was over them. So right before I turned 16, I did end up getting a texturizer, but that was the last relaxer, any sort of thing that I ever had on my hair. So this hairstylist that was doing our hair, one day she was like, "Girl, your hair is almost natural. You should let me just cut those ends." And I had no idea what she was talking about. I was like, "Natural? What is that?" And she's like, "Girl, I'm saying your hair is almost natural. Like, your hair is curly. I just need to cut these ends, and then you'll be, like, good to go." Basically, like a big chop. And again, I had no idea what she was talking about. All I was thinking was, not you about to cut my hair. It's already short enough, right? And so she said, "You know what?" She said, "Go home, wash your hair." She told me what products to get. And she said, "You'll see what I'm talking about, and then you can come back and decide whether you want me to cut your hair or not." And so I did, and long story short, it was a disaster, but I actually was able to see, like, the new growth that I had, which was a couple inches, and I saw my hair texture essentially for the first time, because I didn't remember it before I had ever got a relaxer. I didn't think that I had, you know, any type of texture or coils or curls or anything. And so that, seeing my hair is what made me want to go natural. So at 16, I started to transition to natural hair. Tell me why when I said I was transitioning in high school on my TikTok, so many people were like, "Oh my goodness, you're transgender?" I was like, "No, boo." I was born with 2 T's and a V. I am a girl. I'm talking about going from relaxed to natural hair. So just in case anybody's confused, let me clarify that. I was going through the process of going from relaxed to natural hair. But I ended up transitioning for, I think, either 21 or 22 months. So from 16 all the way up until literally Big Chop the day after I graduated, which was May 21st, 2017. And during this whole time, I would literally read and research and watch so many videos about natural hair. I had a whole notebook full of just notes about what natural hair was, how to take care of it, the LOC method, which was popular back then, different things you can do, because I wanted to learn everything I could, especially before I big chopped. And my followers ask me all the time, Brittany, how do you know so much about hair? That's why. I really, like, I'm a nerd. So it's like, if I get interested in something, I cannot stop learning about it until I get tired of it. So I would just do so much research, and that was how I'm able to help other black women grow their hair, as well as create my hair growth guide and my hair growth regimen, which is on my website. So the first 6 months of being natural was my experimenter phase. And this is why I stress so much to every black woman, like, if you're trying to grow your hair, really dedicate a couple of months just to really learning how to do your hair. So when I was transitioning, like, I would still go to the stylist every 2 weeks, but the week that I didn't, I would wash my own hair in practice. And that's how I learned to flat twist and twist outs and things like that. But it's a whole different game when you have your natural hair. And so I purposely big chop right before the summer. That way I could spend the summer learning how to do my natural hair before I went to college. And I'm telling y'all, I did like twist outs, braid outs, wash and goes, tried so many products, methods, all that good stuff. So by the time I went to college, I had a pretty good idea of how to take care of my natural hair. And the only thing was just being consistent. During those 6 months is actually where I found out about my hair butter that I currently have a whole business with, as well as my hair oil. And also a lot of the methods that I learned during those 6 months I still use today. And I know some people are like, well, I don't have the time to do that and all that type of stuff, but like, the time's gonna pass anyway. So you might as well just dedicate, you know, time to just learning your hair and like going through those trials and errors and figuring out what works and what doesn't. And for me, it took 6 months. Might take you a little longer, might take you a little less time, but I'm telling you, it's worth it, because that really set me up for having great success for the next couple years with my hair. Okay, so after those 6 months is when I started getting into protective styling. I think I've said this a couple of times on here, but I was not allowed to wear weave in high school. So when I was transitioning, I really just had to rely on like twist outs and curl formers and perm rods. I wasn't able to like just get braids, which I would recommend if you're transitioning, just to get braids until your hair is long enough for any protective style, just until your hair is long enough for you to be able to cut or whatever you're comfortable with. So 6 months after my big chop, I went to college and I got my first protective style. And once I saw how easy it was just to wake up and go, and my hair is already done, I never looked back. And so for the next 3 years, that's basically all I did with my hair. I can count on one hand how many times I actually wore my hair out in the past 3 years. I think I did maybe a wash and go once every single year just to check my progress, and then maybe a twist out here and there, but never ever ever did I ever wear my natural hair. And before anybody says anything, it wasn't because I hated my natural hair. I just preferred protective styling because it was just so easy. And I went through a lot in college, and so having my hair already done and just be ready to go was a really big game changer for me. Oh y'all, my hair is so thick, I thought this was a twist. So my second year of being natural, I basically just wore wigs 24/7. I literally remember this because my entire sophomore year, I remember just being in wigs. I think I did braids maybe like once, but that was it. And so this was my routine. So I would, you know, put a wig on, and then after 4 weeks, I would take off the wig. I would take out the cornrows or flat twists, and I had like, you know, a little mini, braid out or twist out or whatever. And that was typically the weekend that I was going home. So I would go home because I wasn't allowed to wear weave at home. And then I would come back, and that Sunday I would wash my hair, moisturize it, put the twists or cornrows back in, and then just put a wig on. And I did that for like 9 months straight. And when I tell y'all my hair flourished, I saw an insane amount of growth with that. And I think that's why wigs will always be my favorite protective style, even though I get tired of them, because as y'all seen the past couple months, I've been doing like braids, locks, passion twists, but I'm ready to go back to wigs after this silk press because I don't know, it just hits different for me. But I did that and my hair flourished. I'm talking about, it was gorgeous, okay? So my third year being natural, instead of doing wigs, I did braids. So same routine, except that every 6 weeks instead of every month, because that's how long I like to keep my braids in. I would take out my braids, wash my hair, moisturize it, and put it back in the braids. And thankfully by this time I was able to wear weave at home, so I didn't have to take them out depending on the weekend I was going to visit. But I just did braids, and that's it. I did every color you could imagine. I did red, blonde, black, silver, which is still to this day one of my favorites. I would just stayed in braids. And so after about 3.5 years is when I reached waist length. So I actually didn't notice I reached waist length because, again, I was protective styling 24/7. So I wasn't really concerned about the length of my hair or anything like that. Like, I knew it was growing, but I'm telling y'all, low manipulation is a huge key in growing your hair. But I remember looking at some pictures from around that time and I was like, okay, yeah, I was waist length. I just, like I said, it didn't really peep it because I wasn't concerned about my length. That's one thing that really helped also with growing my hair. I wasn't constantly doing length checks or trying to like measure my hair or anything like that. I just left it alone and let it grow. And then maybe like once every, I don't know, I would say 8 to 12 months, I would take a picture or something like that and I would compare it to the year before and I'd be like, oh wow, my hair is growing. I think the first year I reached armpit length. The second year I reached bra strap length. And then, of course, the third year, I reached waist length. All right, so I think we're all caught up now. I think that's all the way up until the point where I started social media, which was 2 years ago, which is absolutely crazy. It'll actually be 2 years in about a month and a half. My first viral video was January 24th, 2020, I think? No, 2021, duh. But yeah, that's everything I basically covered in my natural hair journey video, which again, I made like a couple weeks after I went viral on social media. So now we get into the good stuff. It kind of works out perfectly because we're about halfway through. I just sectioned out the front of my hair, so I have just these in the back that I have to finish, and then we'll be halfway. Okay, so like I said, I first went viral on social media on January 24th, and it was because of my hair butter recipe, like the first recipe that I ever put out, and which is now one of my most popular products on my website. God is so good. And I remember that everyone was asking me to show my hair because in the video I had said that this is what helped me grow waist length hair. So people were like, okay, show us the waist length hair. So I showed it. And side note, just want to say that that was the first video I ever showed my hair on, and like the comments were like full of people arguing about whether that was my waist or not, and that's my ends. I'm just pulling up like one piece in the back and all that. So they started that. I didn't start the whole proving my hair is waist length thing. They're the ones that started that from the beginning. So just keep that in mind, how people treat black hair, especially black women, but we're not gonna talk about that. Because I had blew up on social media and so many people were asking me how I grew my hair, the first couple of months of my fourth year, being natural, I wore my hair out. Like, that was the most I ever wore my hair in, like I said, the past 3 years. I remember that I wanted to just make any and every video about natural hair. If you go and look at the beginning of my YouTube channel, you will see that a lot of my first videos were like wash day routines, twist outs, mini twists, blow dry and trims, you know, hot oil treatments, basically everything, because I just wanted to put out a lot of content about hair. And I think I did maybe one protective style, which I'm pretty sure was passion twist, in like 6 months, which was for me a record because that was not something that I had done in years. And again, it was just because I was just growing a following and I became known for having very long hair, and I wanted to put out videos that would basically help me to grow my platform. Like, people love wash days and people love, you know, blow dries and things like that. Unfortunately, all this natural hair love and wearing it out and everything ended the second I got my first wig collaboration. I told y'all wigs are my favorite protective style. And so not only was I getting free wigs, but I was getting paid to make videos for them. So you already knew what was up. So I really started working with wig collaboration super heavy. If you go watch my TikTok videos from last year to like the summer of this year, you will see that like every other video is a wig collaboration. I think I did over 40 or 50 wig collaborations. I'm not even exaggerating. I have a spreadsheet that I made for my taxes and I can show y'all all the companies that I've worked with. It's insane. By the way, how I make sure I'm not actually cutting my hair when I cut this rubber band is, number one, I just stick my finger under it and pull it like super far away from my hair. And then I just take the scissors and let the rubber band kind of like run along the blade of the scissors instead of like chomping down. So like this. That way, even if I do accidentally get some of my hair in there, I'm not actually cutting it. It won't really like, you know, cut the hair. It will just kind of, and even if it does, it won't be as much as if I just chopped it. So that's how I do it. Med school really was when I was in the wig game heavy. I talked about my leaving medical school journey on here and I will link that video. But y'all, med school was so stressful for me and it was just such a hard and low point in my life, unfortunately. So wearing wigs really helped me to be able to just take care of my natural hair, even though my mental health was trash. And I also made a lot of money during med school by wearing wigs. It got to the point where every single week I was wearing a different wig. Like, my sister, I used to live with my sister, she'll tell you that I would get like 3 or 4 wigs in the mail every single week, and I would just change them up. And of course, being a black woman in a predominantly white institution, I got a lot of looks, but I was getting that cheddar, okay? I made a couple $1,000s just by doing wig collaborations. So wigs is definitely, just like I said, has a special place in my heart, and I can't wait to go back to wearing them. It's just my favorite style to wear. It's just so versatile, and really there's no tension or anything. With my edges, I have figured out how to wear wigs without tearing out my edges. It's just a great situation overall, and it's low manipulation. You don't have to touch your hair. It's just easy. So basically, for the first 4 years of my natural hair journey, like, everything was peaches and cream. Like, I didn't have any huge setbacks or anything. I did lose my edges with my first protective style, but they grew back within a couple of months. But other than that, I never really had any big issues. My hair would just grow and keep growing, and I would, you know, keep my trims regular, and I would, you know, just protective style, and that was that. But that all ended at the end of last year when I got my first silk press in about 2 years. So I've gone into detail and did like a full whole story time on the situation on here, and I will of course link that video. But essentially, I just don't think this stylist knew how to work with my natural hair. Like I said, my hair is very thick, you guys. Like, it really is really thick. Like, I feel like I have 2 people's heads, like amount of hair on my one head. It's very thick, and I have coils. My hair isn't very curly. So I understand it's a lot. Like, I do my own hair, I know it's a lot, but I was there for 6 hours because it took her about 4 to detangle my hair, and it was just a whole mess. And I really do encourage you guys to go watch that if you want to know the full details. But essentially, she ended up cutting about 6 to 8 inches off of my waist-length hair, and I went all the way from waist length to about bra strap length. That was very upsetting because for me, that's about a whole year of growth. So she cut off about a whole year of growth in just that one sitting. And of course, I knew I needed a trim. I specifically waited like a little bit longer than I normally do to get my trim because I knew I was going to get a silk press. So I was expecting to get maybe like 2 inches cut off, maybe 3. But for her to cut off like 6 to 8 and really set me back a whole year was very, very, very upsetting. And my thing is, you guys see me right now. I'm going through my hair, detangling it. It's a month old, and I'm able to get through it, and it's not that deep. But for some reason, she just couldn't. And so she cut, I feel like she cut off a lot more, thinking it was damaged just because she couldn't get through it or work with it. So she just assumed that more of my hair was damaged than actually was, if that makes sense. But anyways, you can go check out that video. But I ended up starting off this year with bra strap length hair. So basically just set back an entire year. Guys, my apartment's starting to cool down, which is weird. It's still at 77, but it feels so much better in here. So hopefully in the morning it'll be all right, because I don't really feel like having somebody come up in here and checking it. But anyways, so going into 2022 this year, my hair was bra strap length. So of course I really like hammered down heavy on like healthy hair growth practices, because I'm not saying that I wasn't taking good care of my hair before, but I was just like doing the most this year. Of course, number 1 on my list was protective styling, hands down. Like, I was not wearing my hair out at all this year, and I haven't. The most I've done is like if I'm getting ready to wash it and I just took my wig down or something like that, I wear my hair in a bun for a few days before I actually go and wash it. But I have not done a twist out, a braid out, a wash and go, nothing at all, because I was like, protective styling has worked for me to grow my hair, and that's what I'm gonna do. I also finally got very serious about creating and formulating products that were gonna help me grow my hair back. And that's why after like a whole year of just having one product on my website, I created 3 new hair butters, 2 different oils, a shampoo, and a scalp scrub. And I have so much more on the way that I'm working on right now. And so I was consistent with using the products that I had made, and I definitely saw a huge difference with that. And I'm not trying to plug my business, but like, I'm just telling you, I personally really like my products, and I've seen a difference using them. But of course, there are plenty of great products out there. So don't feel like if you don't buy my products, your hair won't grow, because that's not true. So really this year, I just stayed consistent with my hair routine. Make sure that I washed my hair correctly, was using good products, was protective styling, low manipulation, keeping up with my trends. and I was able to grow my hair back to waist length. And of course, I'm gonna give you guys a length check once I finish taking out all these twists. We're almost done, so I just have this side left, and then we're good to go. This only took me like 10 minutes, so we don't have that much longer. Have y'all ever had that feeling where like you're done with your hair and you realize you forgot some? Tell me why that just happened to me. I don't know how, since the twists are a lot longer than my hair, I didn't see it. I had 2 twists like right here that I forgot. And it just feels like it takes forever to take them out. Well, that happened. Anyways, let's go ahead and take these twists down. I know y'all see how hydrated my hair is. I just want to point that out. I haven't put any product in my hair. That's another thing people are asking me. Like, I don't moisturize my protective styles. Like, once my hair is in my protective style, I don't touch it at all, put anything on it. The only thing I might do is oil my scalp if it gets dry, which would be maybe like 2 or 3 weeks in. I'm not touching my hair. I'm not putting in moisturizer, nothing. The key to a good protective style is properly moisturizing your hair beforehand. And so you can see, like, look how shiny my hair is. So, like, I'm telling you guys it's old, but honestly, and yeah, my roots are frizzy, but the actual twist, it looks like I did a fresh twist out. I could really pull off a twist out if I let these sit overnight, but ain't nobody got time for that. And I'm actually really happy I went ahead and detangled my hair. All that shed hair that you have from your protective styles, it can really be a pain to detangle once you get in the shower or like once you start doing your wash day. So, alright, so this is my hair. 4 weeks old or 5 weeks old. See, look, I missed one. I missed one. Alright, so this is my hair. Obviously, I definitely need a trim, so I'm gonna take care of that after I wash my hair. But y'all, I really do forget how much hair I have when it's always in a protective style. But your girl got some hair. And I'm not even talking about length. I'm talking about thickness. I think I said this in a video before. But alright, let's do the length check. So I'm gonna do front, corner pieces, outer piece, and then back. So here's the front. I might have to stand up a little bit. Okay, you see it's like touching my chest. And I'm gonna turn to the side so y'all can see as well. Okay, so touching my chest. Then let me grab a corner piece. I don't have a bra on, so I'm trying not to show too much, but this is, let me get a bigger piece so y'all can see better. Okay, corner piece, so by my ear. Forgive me for not wearing a bra. We're just gonna cover it. But this is where it stops right here. So this is where it stops right here, side view. Now, one of my favorite is the top piece. That's crazy how far out that goes. Yeah, I'm looking at my hair. I definitely need about 1 inch or so cut off. Like, you can tell maybe like that much, maybe a little bit more. You can see a little knot at the bottom. That's that. And we could go all the way to the top too, but I don't think I can fit it all into frame. Okay. And then finally, y'all's favorite, the back. So let me get a back piece. So let me preface this. By saying that I'm going to pull my head back to grab a piece of hair, and then I'm going to straighten my head back up, because I know that was a huge thing in one of my shorts. I'm bending my head back to grab a piece of my hair in the back because I have shrinkage. Okay, all right, here's the piece. Now I'm pushing my head back up. Oh, I dropped it. Hold on. I dropped it. Okay, my head's straight now, and this is where my hair is. So right where my bottom finger is, y'all can see. So one more time, I'm gonna grab a different piece. Or this might be the same piece, I don't remember. Right here. And this is where my waist is. You can see it's right above my pants. I'm gonna give y'all room in the comments to argue about whether that's my waist or not, if my ends are bad or not, yada, yada, yada. My hair is waist length. That's just that. And you can do it too if you continue to take care of your hair and be consistent and follow some of my tips. Alright guys, well that is it for Vlogmas Day 4. I hope you enjoyed my updated natural hair journey. Just so you guys know, make sure that you are giving me a thumbs up and subscribing and putting your notifications on, because literally in a couple of days we're going to have a silk press video, an updated wash day routine video. I'm going to be doing a vlog tomorrow. We're going to be meal prepping, making hot chocolate bombs. Later this week I'm going to show you guys what like $3,000 to $4,000 of inventory looks like with my small business. So we just have a bunch of stuff going. Alright, make sure that you follow my social media platforms if you haven't, on my IG and TikTok. And also, my products will be restocked on Friday, so make sure you just check out for that. Sign up on the website, that way you get notified. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 5. Bye!
Tell me what you see in me.